So next one up is Atle Nottveit. Atle Nottveit has more than 25 years experience from SLB. SLB, as you know, is former Slovakia. He's been holding many different positions, both technical and management positions in SLB, including 9 years as manager for all SLB activities in Scandinavia. Last year, he took over the position as Director of New Energy in the Nordics, focusing on CCS, hydrogen, energy storage, minerals, and geothermal. Atle is a busy man. Everybody at SLB is busy, I guess. But anyway, I got a photo of him actually as well, and it's a quite funny one, and that is that he started to drink coffee at the age of 4. So he's a persuasive guy, I guess, at the early age, because he did not accept that that only the grown-ups could drink coffee. So and he still drinks coffee. I've seen it today. So that's really good. Anyway, I look forward to hearing SLB efforts in new technology and also the collaboration to use geothermal energy for heating and cooling purposes. So please.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the invitation to come here. And I think coffee is a good connection into GeoEnergy, because for me, coffee is a little bit like GeoEnergy. I like the very hot coffee. I like the medium temperature coffee. And also in the summer when it's really hot out there, I'm very also liking to have a nice coffee. And that's a little bit how we look at GeoEnergy as well. Just to give you a little bit introduction about SLB and our focus now within the new energy. Of course, we are a close to 100 years old technology company, spend most of our time within the oil and gas business, building on the subsurface domain expertise and understanding, and also participating heavily into the digital world. Recently, we launched a new division called New Energy that I was very happy to join last year. And our ambition within the new energy is to continue to be a technology leader. So the focus is still, as part of the DNA of our company, to be focusing on technology. And what we want to achieve is to be a leader in the industrial decarbonization and also to deliver clean energy solution to the world. So the way we want to do this is we are focusing on 5 focus area within the new energy. So it's carbon solution, everything from capture to storage. And this is a activity and business we have been doing for more than 20 years already. And I think for a lot of the company that really participate into the CCS space, we were really expecting it to really take off for many years ago. It haven't, it's not that easy. And, but finally, I think there is more and more an acceptance that CCS is extremely important to achieve net zero. We also have been in geothermal space for more than 50 years. We have a geothermal consultancy company as well as part of our portfolio that is active in more than 60 countries. And when it comes to power from geothermal, we have been involved in more than 80% of all global projects. So we have a long history there as well. And then we are involved in critical minerals, energy storage, and hydrogen. But today, we are focusing on geothermal. And I will not focus on the deeper geothermal today. I will focus on the shallow one, as that is probably a bigger market here in Norway. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our Celsius Energy, that is the name of the SLB company providing decarbonization solution for building. And that is what also you see on the pictures here. I think this slide we can go quite quick over. I think it has already been mentioned a lot. The value, the potential, and the importance of GeoEnergy, and to really help us decarbonize and give more energy to the world. 27% of the total emission is today coming from the building, and it's a huge potential. And I think it's really good to be here, because I think even though, of course, there is both competitors and everyone here, the market is, if we just convince the people outside this room about how important GeoEnergy and geothermal is for solving the challenge we all are facing, the market is much bigger than any of us can handle. So we need to work together to open up this market and make sure that we can access these resources of energy. And I think this is also something that this conference and that is also helping doing. So of course, 70% of all the energy that a building is needing is available in the ground. So of course, our solution here is to provide an end-to-end solution for both heating and cooling. We are focusing, even though it's a scalable solution, we are focusing on the larger buildings and infrastructures, both for new, and I'll come back to also retrofit, because everyone understands that if we really want to make a change over a shorter period here, we need to attack and do the retrofits. I think it has been touched on already from many of the speakers today around the importance of driving down cost to make this solution acceptable. So of course, the focus on efficiency is extremely important. And to also achieve this, I think we need to have a step change in the digital native around how we design and de-risk this project, how we execute them through fully automation, and also how we are doing the system performance, the learning, the optimization after the project is up and running as well. So what I would like to do is to just show you a little bit, or a small video on our concept. Then I'll...
Heating and cooling for buildings. These alone represent 25% of total CO2 emissions. Good news, a solution exists to reduce the environmental impact. GeoEnergy, available everywhere, constant, unlimited. We are in the heart of the Paris region. Until recently, this gas-heated building emitted 45 tons of CO2 per year. Today, thanks to the Celsius energy solution, it has reduced emissions by 90%. The principle is based on a closed circuit. A heat transfer fluid circulates inside closed-loop wells, capturing calories from the subsurface at a depth of 170 meters. At this depth, the temperature fluctuates between 14 and 15 degrees Celsius. The fluid is pumped back up to a technical room. A heat pump then transfers these calories to the building's heating and cooling circuit. Consequently, in winter, when 4 units of energy had to be consumed to produce 4 units of heat, the heat pump now only consumes 1. The other 3 units come from the subsurface, thus generating considerable energy savings and significantly lowering CO2 emissions. In summer, the system switches to cooling. It collects summer calories from inside the building and transfers them underground. In this case, there are greater savings. 1 single unit of electricity provides 6 cooling units. This can be reduced even further if you opt for geocooling. That is to say, the natural cooling of the building only from the ground. The Celsius energy solution diffuses the heat from the building into the ground and not into its surrounding environment, as traditional cooling systems do. This means that the building no longer contributes to urban heat islands. And as the summer calories are stored in the ground, they will be used for heating the following winter. This is known as interseasonal calorie storage. Yes, the Celsius energy solution is a virtuous cycle. Traditionally, 17 vertical shafts would have been needed for this building, enough to occupy a large area. But thanks to star-shaped drilling, Celsius Energy has reduced the footprint to just a few parking spaces. The Celsius Energy solution also comprises a digital management function that allows you to stay in control and optimize your energy consumption. An intelligent system capable of communicating with all existing systems, and data learning that constantly adapts to the use of your building and to weather forecasts. Renewable, local, and permanent sustainable energy. Optimized investment, reduced costs, zero audio or visual impact. Cost-effective, carbon-efficient, simple. Celsius Energy is the heating and cooling solution for low-carbon buildings. Want to see it in full scale? Come and visit our facility in Clonmar. Celsius Energy, powered by the Earth.
Yes, so as you saw the movie here, what we are focusing on is deliver scalable but turnkey solution for heating and cooling. And it's based on both the ground heat exchanger, it is the tech room, and it is also the intelligence system management as well. So to provide this overall integrated turnkey solution, we are also very interested in working and collaborating with different technology suppliers within the GeoEnergy geothermal space. So I'm really also asking all of you, if you think you have technology that can contribute to better project and don't risk the project and make the cost affordable around in the different places, please reach out and talk to us. We are happy, even though we have many of the solutions ourselves, we are looking at this journey together with partners and key suppliers within the technology space. One of the significant technology that we are has been using is this cone or star-shaped drilling, as they said in the movie. And of course, everyone knows that to get the area and access to the area, especially for the retrofit market, is one of the real challenges as we have. So by doing so, we have been able to both significantly open up a new market with more potential projects, but also to reduce cost and efficiency as well. So I think that is one of the real benefit that we all need to address for the retrofit market. With regards to the digital journey, as a turnkey provider, we want to have a full digital system that both enable us to design the wells, can test and screen and optimize a lot of different solutions, so we are ending with the best solution and right fit for the project. I think today we are both having too many projects where we overbuild and drill too many wells, and at the same time where we don't have enough. So to make sure that we have that or designing the overall project correctly is really critical, and this is fully digital platforms. Same time into execution, it has already been mentioned by many of the other speakers, the importance of driving down cost. We have to do it correctly every time. We cannot have train wrecks, as it was mentioned, in every fourth or fifth well. We cannot afford it. There is lower margin here than what it is in the oil and gas, but there is plenty of opportunity And there is a lot of value that we need to get out of the ground together. But then we need to use all the right technology, but in a balance, I would say, with simplification and standardization. So bring in technology where technology brings value. And last but not least, it is the system performance. How you're able to monitor, control, and optimize, including machine learning of the system. And the potential here is huge. One of the projects now, by utilizing machine learning, we have saved up to 20% of the energy. So it's really significant. So I think we can quickly go through this slide. I think there is a lot of benefit with GeoEnergy and geothermal. With the Celsius solution, with smaller footprint, we really open up for more retrofit solutions, more cost-effective project, and also smarter project that both de-risk and help us. So that, in a way, summarized what we do within the shallow geoenergy space. Technology is key, finding the right balance between technology and simplification and standardization. Working together, partnership. And I'm also quite happy to see, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the solar impulse. It's Bertrand Piccard. If you Google him later, you will find he is he's the person that flew around the world in a solar panel plane the first time. So he's known about just showing the world what is possible. He has the Solar Impulse Foundation is one of the foundations that they want to contribute to making more visible technologies that are available that can help the world to reach the target. So in this foundation, they have 1,000 technologies that are in a way proven to be part of the total solution. And of course, GeoEnergy, shallow geoenergy that we are using a lot here is one of them. So I think it's also a good proof. It's not one thing that's going to fix this. It is many things, but GeoEnergy is definitely one of them. Thank you.
I really liked your invitation for cooperation. That's good. Questions?
Especially the deviation of the borehole.
What?
The deviation, borehole deviation.
Yes. Correct.
Known that they are interested in the direction.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, of course, the surface footprint is one thing, but of course, very often you have also to have limitation to do it within your property as well, correct? So that's how you design it. It's not, it looks very nice here, but of course, it's the shape of also the property, correct? Because at the end, you have to stay often within that. So yes, we from one slot, like a parking slot like that, we can do, I think it's 16 wells. So it's a significant number of wells. But we do all kind of projects. So if we have the space and access, we can do vertical. This gives us some big improvement and efficiency that we are doing when, at least for the retrofit projects. Yes, we are. We have to. I think that is critical for many of the projects. Yeah, that's yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, this digitalization and sensory, the deployment of sensors for heat, etc., energy use, and all of that, and electrical and heat, and all these other energy sources and sinks and sections. Are you dealing with also retrofitting existing systems that operate today? We have 75,000 wells in Norway operating today, and that have been made last, yeah, since the 70s, maybe earlier, 80s, yeah. I guess most of them do not have such sensors and digitals. And are you looking into a more optimal use of what we already have? I mean, this is a gigantic potential to harvest energy without at low cost and at high and low cost, low aerial conflicts, low nature loss. Like the simplest thing to do.
Exactly. So yes, so the answer is, first let me just say that at the moment we are not active in Norway. We have not entered the Norwegian market as we speak. We are having activity in most of or many of the bigger European markets, France, Germany, UK, and US, Japan. So that has been the main focus. What we Nordic countries is looked upon a quite mature market, but still a huge potential for the larger project, I think. When it comes back to your question, in many of the other countries, is typically it's like changing out a gas-fired kind of energy source and these things that you typically do. But yes, we are looking into and we are talking with partners of how to use modern sensor technology that can be placed and optimize the whole route. So yes.
Yeah, the route is cone-shaped well arrangement in hard rocks.
Yes. We have done both tests and we don't have most of the project that has been done now has been done in France, and that's not very much hard rock there. But we have tested the technology in different places.
Selling systems or selling energy?
Yeah, so it's a good question. The exact business model, how it will evolve, I'm not sure about. At the moment, what we are doing, we are selling the system, turnkey solutions, including the maintenance and of the system. And going forward, it's probably a question that will be evaluated as well. But that's what we are doing at the moment. Yes.
Thanks for the presentation. I have two questions. Are you using steered drilling or just conventional air hammer without that you have no control exactly like in which direction you drill?
When it comes to the exact drilling from the different project, we are both doing the drilling ourselves and using other partners to do the drilling. So we can both. It is depending on the type of shape. So it is the traditional way we try to do if you can, and you can afford it. But if you have to stay within limitation, then you have to also deal.
The next question is, in the Nordics, we usually have an imbalance between heating and cooling needs, which means that you basically draw a lot of heat energy towards your wells. And something we've experienced, if you have wells within like the well, or like the inner wells, they usually get insulated by recharging energy, because the outer wells take all the recharged energy. Are you also actively planning on like recharging basically heat during summertime in those systems? This is a type of like the stars, like it's really nice from the surface area, but sometimes it limits sort of energy potential of your wells.
That is correct. That is part of the optimization that we've done. So it's absolutely something that needs to be go into the equation. Yes.
The simulations for part of the digitalization, is this the intersect simulator or is it something else?
What?
Is it the intersect simulator or is it something else for the simulation part?
Yeah, when it comes to subsurface understanding, yeah, we have linked up to, of course, a lot of our SLB software. So it's also something else. Let's put it like that.
Okay, thank you, Atle.